Coney, you knew. Of course you knew about it. Of course you knew about it. You know how insane this is. All right, let me explain. Everyone, all right. The competitive Melee scene has been around since like what 05, 06. We've had MLG, we've had Evos, we've had many times where, for whatever reason, Nintendo didn't want like competitive Smash to be like that big of a thing. They're like they'll do their thing and we'll do our thing. All right, but now, in like the biggest news of the entire freaking year, look at this. This is a real thing. This is a real tweet from Nintendo of America. Dark One, confirmed. Confirmed. Ready your A game. There's a press release. Do you understand? Not Nintendo versus, not retweeting VG Bootcamp clips. Do you see this? Do you see this? Not just like, oh, enter our online tournaments with 40 items, time, matches only, ropes and pulleys. No! This is them for the first time saying, yeah, we see you, Smash Scene. We see you. And now it's going to be a competitive circuit. IRL events in person with Panda Global, a mainstay, a huge mainstay of the competitive scene. It's official! Melee and Ultimate. Melee and Ultimate with cash prizes. I just can't get enough. I can't get enough of it, dude. Oh. Yo. What the hell is going on, dude?
Yeah. So we are the first officially licensed circuit for Melee and Ultimate.
It's just incredible. It's just how many
exactly what it says. Yeah.
How many other like companies have tried to accomplish this and they were not able to do it? What can I ask?
Oh God.
Yeah, too many,
we've seen a million. I mean, like it's we got very lucky to be given the opportunity that we were, but you know how monumental this is, right? This is,
I mean,
hopefully the first step in what we've wanted forever.
And rectifying all that and really showing the potential of what can happen when they work together. I know that this is the first time Nintendo has actually retweeted anything to do with Melee, with the word Melee in it. Maybe in like a decade, right? And so
from the official account too, not versus. That's
the official account, yeah, Nintendo America. You know, with that, obviously, I'm sure we can't say much. I'm sure compromises have to be made for Melee to do that. But I will say, you know, if I can ask this, you know, does Panda Global, especially being from the grassroots scene and having everything that they do, they've kept a lot of these, I guess, notions and parameters in mind when it comes to working with Nintendo, I assume, right? When it comes to creating tournaments that are this big, that have the game, you know, 20 years later with all the changes that it has, they've taken that into consideration. And I suppose, is that something that they've kept their eye on, or are they more so willing to, you know, have Nintendo and that partnership be the focus right here?
Again, I don't want to say too much, but I will say we have, I understand what you're saying, and I understand what the you know, how things have been over the years. I am not blind to it, and all of Panda isn't blind to it. We want to be sensitive to that, but also we're trying to forge a path forward based on what people have wanted for, you know, 20 plus years. And I mean, it just, we wouldn't be doing it if we couldn't do it in a way that does right by the players, right? So I totally understand what you're saying. It's
yeah, that's
what
really
it comes down to, right?
That's really good to hear. I get what you're saying. That's all I wanted to.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And that's really good, man. Do you know I guess by when we should expect more information at all about this?
I mean, so it's 2022 is when we're first going to you know, have the actual events, the actual circuit itself. More information will be coming soon, and it's not the only information from Panda. So there's other stuff.
Yeah. What
yeah.
What kind of what kind of stuff we talking, Coney? Are we talking some more hands-on stuff? Are we talking
Yeah, I would say it's rather hands-on. if you if you're gonna be playing in tournament, you want to have the right weapon for the job.
Oh
So
man, what a day! What a day today is, dude.
Yeah. So,
I mean, honestly, and it goes together in tandem with all this. Damn, dude, Panda stocks are skyrocketing. This is amazing, and honestly, I'm just thankful we have an org like this that's was able to I guess melt the bricks down, right? To really finally get through to the big end.
Dude, yeah. If I can speak personally, and I think you'll appreciate this too, because you and I came from a similar background of like going to college, getting the corpo job, playing the game in your background. You and I've talked about this. It's like that path is so difficult for people to do. And I think you and I were very fortunate and very lucky to have the opportunities we did. Obviously, you worked hard as shit to become the #1 player in the world. And I was traveling all over the country just hoping something would come. You know what I mean? Like trying to establish this. And we hope that this is the first step in that. Actually, developing a path forward for people that isn't just everything as we've seen it for the past 20 years.
Yeah, and with everyone here watching with you on there, I can tell you right now, like, this is I think the reason that I personally needed to no longer put Melee as a thing like in the back of my room,
like a secondary
that I pick up every once in a while. This to me, I guess, as the person who was previously rank 1, is enough to light like the fire under my ass to actually fall in love with the game again and become the best player in the world again. And it's the first time I felt that passion for Melee in a very long time. So thank you for doing that, for me, you and the team for doing that, because I'm coming back. I'm coming right back, and I'm taking down anyone in my path to do it, because this is when it matters the most, 20 years later. So that's what I want to say.
I'm glad to hear it, man. We want to have opportunities and provide a path forward for people to just be players. I think that's a big deal, especially for Melee, who has been left in the cold on occasion, let's say. So
yeah, I feel that. So anyways, Coney, I won't try to pry more information out.
I wish I could tell you more. I really do. I hate doing this dance, but we'll talk more. We'll have more to discuss soon, I promise.
It's okay. We appreciate you being here, and thank you as usual for everything.
Absolutely, dude. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later, man. Am I trying to talk? Hell yeah, I'm trying to talk. I know Cody's itching to talk. You're calling?
Hello there.
Cody.
How you doing?
How hard was this to keep under wraps?
Luckily I didn't know for very long.
You didn't know, dude. I
didn't know for very long.
If I was under contract, obviously I wouldn't have said anything, but if I wasn't under contract, the beans would have been spilled so hard.
Dude, I like when we were told, I had to be like, can I make a stream title saying like huge announcement later and just not say anything? And they're like, yeah, just yes. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so the entire time I'm streaming today, I just see chat being like, it's the Panda controller. Mewtwo King is going to Panda. And I'm like, you guys are so wrong. It's not even funny.
Well, thank you for announcing Panda's next Smash player. Anyways, I will say though.
True.
Yeah, I will say though, man. You, of course, more than all people and myself, you realize how insanely big of a deal this is.
Yeah. I've been yelling at people in my chat for an hour, being like, I don't fuck Nintendo. I'm like, guys,
yeah.
Do you not understand? Like, I'm sure you remember when I sub-gold food 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This makes it so that someone in my position from 2 years ago doesn't have to do that.
Yeah. It's like
they can live.
Yeah. It's the case. And we thought, I was ready to accept things as it was, like, oh,
yeah, we all were.
Like, it's like, all right, this is a thing that we've been dreaming of, but, it's not going to be exactly the way things are forever, and that's okay. But because of it now, it's like, I think they're just, either they're understanding that they need to continue their relevance, almost of the scene, and they also need to, like, continue with like all the other, what's it called? With all the other new things coming out, Warner Bros. Fighting game, obviously. Yeah. With all that being said, like,
and there it is.
Rudy, thank you. There's no more DLC. They're not like reselling any of the games, but they actually are acknowledging competitive Melee. So I think, is this the approach they're going to take, you think? Just like, is esports like the next thing they're going to put like their main focus into?
So I made a video on this a month ago before I knew any of this, where I basically said Japanese corporate culture is extremely different from American corporate culture, and nobody in Smash seems to understand that. And the best way to talk to Nintendo to get something like this to happen is to have tremendously overqualified people. I actually lured to Panda because obviously, you know, David and Alan are grossly overqualified for their jobs. And
Right.
I learned to people like them who like understand corporate culture really well and understand how it works in Japan, that maybe they should try talking to people instead of having a community of people just being like, yeah, fuck you guys over and over again. Because that's probably going to work a lot better when you can actually have people who know how to talk to them than just backlash over and over again. And turns out I was a lot more right than I realized. But
you know, I think the fact that Panda's part of it too, like, I know you can't say too much, people can't, I can't say much. I don't think this is going to be like a thing with like items and whatnot. I don't think it's gonna be,
no, it's not.
I think it's just going to be like a real life just tournament sanctioned by Nintendo with the community. Like, they're collaborating for once. They're not doing their own thing. They're collaborating. So that's what makes me really hopeful about this, you know?
That's what I kept trying to talk to people. Were like, oh, but Nintendo like always messes stuff up. I'm like, guys, Panda, like Alan and David are both competitive gamers. They're not going to let Nintendo run an items event. Like, clearly Nintendo's going through, this is a partnership. It's not like Panda's doing it like on the behalf of Nintendo. It's a partnership. And so Nintendo has to like, they have to agree on what they're going to be doing. And Panda's literally going to tell them, no, they're not going to play with items. They're not going to play with all these ridiculous rules. They're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have to meet in some middle ground. So like, maybe you have to go back to Unfrozen Stadium. I don't know. Like, maybe you have to. Maybe we have to find another way to fix UCF that isn't through like software mods. But I'm down for that if that just means we get to do the tournament and there's another fix.
And that's huge. And who knows like what prize pools they're gonna put into this. And you know, it's just so nice because like in 2022, I think like we officially have big events, the big in-person events coming back. So that's like a really good thing. And now, like, I don't know, man. If they start putting in like oh, here's a tournament, here's a regional with a 10K prize pool, or here's a Genesis with a 50K or 100K or something like that, like, you know, that's insane. You know, right now the only tournament that we've had doing that was Smash Summit. It's like Summit was the only like really viable tournament for that. But now if we have a bunch of events that are like that, like, holy crap,
we can live. We can get rich off this game.
I know, it's just insane. Like, you don't have to. It's not just going to be like, well, I have to stream and do content to actually get a foot forward. Like, this might actually be, for the viewership that it has, it deserves this. You know what I mean? Remember when Mango won Big House 9, I think, and with 100K viewers, and he made $3,000.
I got less than 3K for Riptide.
Of course,
the first tournament back.
Yeah.
Something to give people like some hope too. So there's a quote in here from the article from Panda where it's like, partnership with Panda Global, next step in Nintendo's efforts to create a more consistent, fun, and welcoming competitive environment for players and fans. Okay, right, great quote. Bill Trinan, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Trinan is a professional gamer. Like, he's played competitively. He's not going to be in on something like this and give some whack rule set where we're going to have to play with nonsense. He was legitimately a competitive gamer, along with Alan and David. So these are ran by people who've played games professionally and understand what it's like. And so people who are, oh, it's going to be stupid, it's going to be whack. No, it's not going to be. It's just not. There are too many people who are way too competent for that to happen.
Now interview Reggie. You guys want me to message Reggie? Just be like, what a day on Twitter. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think he still follows me. I think. Does he? Pog.